Uh-oh, I see the red dot.
Okay, we're back.
We're in. All right.
We're in. We're back.
We're back.
I don't know if is Sarah joining us? Do you guys know?
No, she's not.
No.
She doesn't love us.
Okay. All right. That's okay.
It's all right.
Next time. Yeah.
So,
I think-
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, what are you going to say?
I was just going to give you guys a heads up. Alon will probably be joining in later, he told me.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Did you send him the link?
Yeah.
Oh.
I sent him. I got him. I got Yulia. I'll let all the people know.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks, man.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
So I guess the thing, like, I was going to say some other stuff first, but I don't think there's any way we can hold this discussion with at least starting out talking about Cyberpunk. Like,
Yep.
I have never seen so much goodwill burned in less than a week. I don't know how much they should have had, but this game, all right.
Launch-wise has been a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
So what we got? It did not look good on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, which is, they coincidentally very much, which they managed not to have any sort of footage before the game released.
Mm-hmm.
We've got random trees that appear everywhere. We've got what did you say?
Nothing.
Are you talking to me? Launch-wise, it was another disaster. Yep.
Yeah. We got genitals clipping and showing when they shouldn't. We've got multiple crash points interfering with the story. And my personal favorite, saves that would break the game if they became too large and could not be fixed once they become game breaking.
Yep.
It's weird because I like Bethesda games, right? Like I like my Fallouts. I like those sort of open world experiences, and like there's a certain amount of jank that you expect going into these, right?
Yeah.
Like
I haven't even played the. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, I've seen games, but never to this extent. I mean, to the point where it got pulled from the Sony store. Like,
And now it's a Microsoft exclusive.
I think my personal favorite Cyberpunk glitch is sometimes when you're driving, you just float outside of your vehicle, clipping through it, T-posed, and entirely naked.
wow.
Definitely my favorite bug.
I heard you sometimes don't even have a body, like, depending. Like, you're just kind of like a floating head.
Pretty cool.
I mean, man.
How do you screw up a game launch this badly?
Crunch time.
Yeah.
And the worst part is, like, they crunched already to get it out when they did, and they didn't even put out a finished product. So it was like, it was crunch for nothing. And they're probably still crunching right now. This is, like, I tell you at this point, like, before I was just going to wait on that game. I was going to, like, maybe at some point in the future, just to see what all the fuss was about. But now it's just like, that's all right. It's cool. Like, I'm willing to just play nice, smaller games and let this one go, because this is just such a cluster. Such a cluster.
I know that they've been delaying that game for a long time. So I'm guessing, they're thinking, like, we got to get this thing out there eventually. Because, to fix all the bugs, I know they said they're going to put out a patch in January, February, something like that. But give it another.
If I'm not mistaken, they already put one out.
Yeah, maybe like a small patch or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think today they fixed the save bug. There's still many other bugs.
Yeah. So. But this is an intriguing thing. I didn't hear too much about the genitalia glitch. I'm very intrigued at the point. Very intrigued.
Oh, jeez.
You have Dimitri's attention, as you can see.
All right.
Immediately, his ears just, what?
Huh? No,
Huh?
it's pretty sad. I swear they had like 8 years to make this game.
Maybe more. It's like a decade.
I understand, like, but that's the thing. I feel like there was just a lot of pressure. 8 years, and it's like just game-breaking glitches. The one that Will said, I think I heard that from somebody else. Like, it just completely corrupts your like save file, and you just cannot progress.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think if you craft too much in the game, it increases the size, and after the size hits more than 8 megabytes,
Mhm.
we're done.
That's it. Yeah. Now
And I
the PC version, that one's okay. Am I correct on this?
So, I mean, we had Buzz last time say that he was doing okay on the PS5. I have a friend who has it on PC, and he says it is running like a dream. And every day, I check in with him, like, how's it going? Is it okay? He's like, yeah, things are fine, no problems. And I'm glad, like, there are people who are having that experience. But unfortunately, for every like one person who seems to be having that, there are 5 people who either are having a terrible experience on PC and or got that game for the PS4 and or Xbox One. And that's just no bueno.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how Sony actually pulled it from their stores. And like I heard that they're very like picky when it comes to refunds.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're like giving full refunds for that game, like it's never happened. And from what I heard the game's like pretty good, pretty solid. It's just like it takes you out of it with all these glitches and bugs.
Yeah, I know. Mm.
Um,
I mean,
oh,
how can you go wrong with Ted Theodore Logan from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in the game?
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? You got
can't go wrong with John Wick in the game.
Yeah, John Wick. I mean, what else?
The one.
The guys, you can go on forever. I mean, the guys, you know, I don't know. I had high hopes for it. It's disappointing.
The one
Wow,
that
Payday.
What'd you say?
Payday 2, the game with John Wick in it.
I tell you, the return one that shocked me the most, and I don't know if some of you guys, because like you've been blessed by having so many options. When I heard Best Buy was giving refunds, Best Buy, in my memory, was the place that if you got a broken game and it caught fire once you walked out the door, they would look at you funny, like, "Well, that's yours. Good luck."
Yeah, that's not mine.
Right.
That's yours.
They were giving refunds. I was like, "Oh man, this entire thing."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think I got cut out for a bit.
Okay.
Okay, so that was.
All right. So, all right. Enough of that. Let's talk about good games we're playing. So, what's everybody playing? Yeah. Let's go around.
Let me just start. So, I don't know. I've been like dialing it back with video games right now. I've just been playing like the new Call of Duty, but
Oh, come on, man.
I know, and like so unoriginal. But it's not enough. Like I want to play Valhalla, but I feel like every time I hop on, like there's just not enough time. So I'm gonna get that finished up. But that's what I'm playing right now, and I'm excited for what was it? Back for Blood.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know. All my buddies of mine, we've been praying for like a Left 4 Dead 3. So I'm glad this is gonna, I don't know, satisfy that for a little bit.
So have you been going to church and praying for?
Sometimes, no. But yeah. What about you guys?
Yeah, what I've been playing lately, I have been going Nintendo Switch crazy. A couple of them I've been playing. I haven't bought this yet, but I want to buy Phoenix Rising, Immortals Phoenix Rising. That one looks really good. I've been playing actually a game that I want to recommend to you guys, which we're going to have at the library soon. We don't have it yet. But Black Future 88, have you guys played that?
No, actually.
It's a hidden gem, man. It's like a side-scrolling throwback. It kind of reminds me of I don't want to say like Contra or anything like that, but it's like, you know, it's got that Metroidvania type style to it, kind of like Shovel Knight, but it's really good. It's really. Have you guys ever played Velocity? You know what I'm talking about? No, it's another side scroll.
The name sounds familiar.
Velocity, that's a really good one, and it kind of reminds me of that, where you're playing in this futuristic world, and you kind of. I wish I had gameplay footage right now, but whatever. Maybe I could add it to the video or whatever. But it's a really, really good game, and that's what I've been playing lately. And I have been playing. I've been trying to beat Link's Awakening on the Switch, so I'm almost done with that as well. So that's it for me. That's what I've been doing.
Well, I guess I'll go next. So I've been playing a lot of Bravely Default on my 3DS, old game. That's like 2012.
Yep.
And I've also been playing a lot of Payday 2, also very old. Just been a year of me going back to play old things rather than getting new things, honestly.
How's the community for Payday 2? Because I know that is an older game. Like, is it still strong?
Feels like it. I mean, it does help that they keep releasing new things, so it's not like the game hasn't had an update in 7 years. So.
Now, what are you playing it on?
PC.
Oh, PC.
That's just what I put a lot of my things on.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense. Because I knew that it was on the PS4, but I don't remember getting that many updates on the system. But on PC, I imagine it got more support.
I have a confession.
Uh-oh.
I left something out.
Should I close my ears, man?
No,
It's gonna be
I just want to let you guys know. The only game I've really been playing, I said Call of Duty, but also Destiny 2. I think I mentioned this last time. I'm still on it.
disgusting.
I don't know, it's got me again. I know. It's bad. But it's just like a nice team game. I don't know. If they weren't like money hungry, if they actually put some effort and made some changes from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, I think it'd be better. I just like the team aspect, and honestly, I have Game Pass, so I got the game, and then it came with like a majority of the DLCs, so I didn't really waste that much on it. I don't know. I think you guys should give it a try if you have some downtime.
I got Destiny 2. I got Destiny 2 for PS4 at GameStop for $1.99. $1.99.
The game was fairly new, and I think I was able to grab it for like 20. So I know it wasn't like doing that good. And I know Will has some mixed emotions about Destiny. He's brought it up to me multiple times, but I think it's time to give it a chance.
I don't know, man. I think they got to go back to Halo. I don't know. That's me.
Yeah, it's bad.
I played it for a little bit, the first one, and then after like 2 weeks, I was done, and I just didn't have the idea of doing the stages again and again. But that was early. Like, they've released a lot more content since then. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll go back.
All right.
Probably.
I think. Now I hear Michelle has a world premiere for us. I'm excited.
She does.
Yeah. So me and my friends over the weekend, they had a closed beta or a closed alpha for Back 4 Blood on PC only. So I was able to get a key from a friend, so we were able to play it.
Awesome.
If you don't know, Back 4 Blood is made by the creators of Left 4 Dead series. It is a spiritual sequel. You can totally, if you didn't know it was by them, you would think that they just stole it, because a lot of the base of the game is the same. It has the same control. I play it on Steam. It has the same controls. There are like the same type of special infected, like there's a boomer type guy and things like that. But what makes this game pretty cool is they have an added card system, which maybe you might hear people complain about, but I thought it was pretty cool. So what it is there's a whole mess of different ability cards. So you can have like a random deck, or you can create your own deck depending on your abilities. Like, so I personally am a middle of the road player. I tend to use like the Uzis or the machine type guns, so I like using a lot of bullets. and I like to use my secondary weapon as a melee. So there are specific cards that you can add to your deck that you may pick that would add abilities to that. So like more ammo, more health, things like that. There's also currency. So you can randomly be walking around and then there's a pile of money. You can use that money in these safe rooms. They have like a box and you can go, it's like a store kind of, and then you can buy like health kits and you can refill your ammo, your health. You can buy a defibrillator. They have like a toolkit. So they have like special doors if you have the toolkit that'll have like cool weapons and like charging stations and stuff like that. I just think it's really cool. You might hear people complain because it's not Left 4 Dead, but I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It was pretty challenging, I thought. So I'm like super looking forward to it. They said they may do another alpha or beta later. So I hope so, because now that it's over, I was really sad because I really wanted to play more. So I just thought it was a lot of fun.
Can you play as the bad guys?
The infected.
In the beta?
No, they do. They didn't have it in, as far as I know, I think there is up to 8 people PvP, but I don't know if that is infected or not. That really wasn't an option, but they only had, there were more unlockable characters, but they only had 4 you could play like during that, but it seemed like there are more characters like once they actually have it that you can choose from, and each of them have their own like abilities, I'm assuming, and their own starter. Like mine was a girl, she started with a bat, and as I said, I use melee, so it was a lot of fun. It was pretty challenging. There were a lot of infected. I was killing hundreds of dudes a map, so I mean there was a lot, so it was a lot of fun. And they also have different guns, so they actually have 4 different types of ammo depending on what kind of gun you have. But the thing is you have inventory for all of them. So if you're playing with your friends and somebody has a different type of gun and you have ammo, you can drop your inventory and stuff, so you can like share inventory. So I mean, it's pretty cool. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to finding out what more they want to say. As I said, there'll always be people complaining. Don't listen to them until you actually like play it, and then you can form your own opinions.
I'm back.
All right, that sounds like fun. Like I never got into Left 4 Dead, but like I know it. Like people really been dying for that sequel, and I'm glad they're getting something.
Yeah.
So, Connor, we're actually talking about the games we're playing like over these past couple of weeks. What are you playing?
Mostly Call of Duty. I started Valhalla, and what have I been playing? I played some Watch Dogs Legion, which I've been really enjoying, which I really enjoyed, and what else? I'm gonna start playing Doom Eternal soon, so that should be fun.
Oh,
And then doing some Avengers. So
yeah. Alan, what you been playing?
Right now, my friends got me into Apex Legends. Been playing that consistently every night so far. Also, I have a sweet spot for Treyarch, so I bought Black Ops Cold War since it was on sale. And you know, me as an adult, I'm thinking, you know, all the DLC is free now, essentially, in terms of like maps and zombies. The only thing that you're really just paying for is just skins. So I'm just like, wow, this is a great deal so far. Like I'm going at it. So Been playing Black Ops Cold War, both zombies, multiplayer. The campaign is a little too fun. Like you start out like 1980s. I don't know if you play the first Black Ops, but like it used to be in like Vietnam era, but now think of
Yeah.
like Woods, Vietnam. Now take ex M16 CIA agent now in the 80s, hard cop, ex-Vietnam. I'm like, man, this is really going like fun. It's just being fun. So I just feel like a kid again playing Call of Duty. But it's mainly Apex Legends and Call of Duty. So I'm playing a lot of multiplayer games. And I got Luigi's Mansion in my back catalog. Actually, hold up. Wait, I need to pull this out. I made a list of all the games that I need to finish, but yeah, that's what I need to get started. It's just Luigi's Mansion.
So speaking of lists, we are about to hit 2021, right? And Connor came up with a good idea. End of the decade, like we're about to go into, in theory, a new decade. And looking back over the past 10 years, there are two ways I think this conversation can go, right? Like best versus important. And like my example, like Candy Crush Saga. I don't think it's a good game, but if we're going to talk about the rise of mobile gaming, I don't know how you necessarily have a conversation about it without talking about Candy Crush. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Dishonored. I love Dishonored. I think it is an amazing game. But other than like talking about the inability of the AA game to survive, like, all right, it came out, it was good, and then we moved on. So I guess starting with important, what games do you think of the last 10 years like are the games, like the important games, the games that really like signaled a change or did something radically different, or yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm going to go with, for me, Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
That's a for sure. And then I'm going to say probably like a Last of Us. The Last of Us series, because I think the first one came out on PS3. I don't remember what year.
I think it was 2014. I want to say 2014.
Okay, something like that.
It was within the 10 years. Like I did a search of games in the last 10 years and Last of Us was there.
Mm-hmm. And then, I don't know, maybe like the God of War series. I don't know. I think those top three those have got to be at least my top three of the decade.
I think one of my strong choices is, as much as I kind of just say this game's good graces like every chance I get, I definitely think that like Doom 2016 definitely like just brought kind of this new look into shooters as a whole. Like, what do people enjoy about shooters? Is it just Call of Duty, or is it something else that we can tap into? And I feel like Doom 2016 kind of like took this mixture of things that worked back then and combine that with, you know, a lot of modern conventions, a lot of new things. And I feel like that's something that just more genres as a whole could take.
Yeah, that was like a real sea change. Doom. Like I honestly did. Like I don't say I was done with the first person shooter, but I didn't really care until I played Doom. I was like, wow, they did this and they made it work.
And on the Switch, that by itself is I mean, you got to give them credit for that.
I can't think of any other game that as old as the new Doom is right now, which is what, 2016, that is so optimized. You can pretty much play that on anything.
Doom Eternal, I think, is the same way. That it looks so good, and yet it runs on like literally everything just fine.
Speaking of Doom Eternal, is that going to get a physical release? Did you guys hear anything about that? I know it's just
From what I heard, the physical release on the Switch was canceled, but we'll see.
Wait, it's only digital?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now.
For the Switch.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I was gonna say I know they put out a disc for like.
Yeah. I was
PlayStation.
about to say, wait a minute.
Yeah, they put out discs for Doom Eternal.
yeah.
Just not carts for the Switch.
Well, would it even fit? Like, I guess it did. Like,
Uh,
would it fit on one of their game cartridges? Like,
I
I'm not.
believe-
Let's see why not. I mean, like Breath of the Wild fits.
Yeah, I think if I'm mistaken, I apologize, but I think it's like 18 gig. It's an 18 gig download.
Okay.
So it's not that bad. Dimitri, really quick, how many gigs is a Call of Duty download? What? How much?
It was
How much is
like
it?
like Modern Warfare was like close to 200.
Oh,
Oof.
Christ.
Yeah, 500 gig hard drive. So I was like, Jesus Christ. I had
Yeah.
to buy an external for that reason, but it's fine. So we were discussing like important games, right, of the decade.
Important games of the decade. What do you guys got? Like, I got a couple here, but I just letting you.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw out two. The first one I didn't play at all, but I watched a lot of gameplay. It was when it first came out, it was pretty big. Until Dawn. I
Okay.
feel like it introduced decision making skills that actually mattered. Like looking at like the Left 4 Dead series, and not Left 4 Dead. The Walking Dead. Sorry, the Walking Dead series. I feel like there was a lot of like decision making skills within the game where it didn't really matter. It was almost like a facade. But Until Dawn, I think it was like just super immersive. So I think that had a lot of importance. But also like, I hate to say this, but like battle royale games like PUBG and Fortnite, I feel like everybody just piggybacked off those. So
Yeah, but I feel like at the same time, that's still really important, even if it became like an overdone trend to an extent. Like
Yeah.
that's still such a giant change in the entire just gaming sphere as a whole. It's still important.
yeah, like I know players that are still playing like battle royales that like you think are like dead. Like what was it? Black Ops 4 had a battle royale, and I still know guys that are playing that. So I don't know. Like I feel like they really like, I don't know, because of those games, like that style really took off. But,
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you guys. Like that when I came with the list, like I had Player Unknown's Battleground of Fortnite, like an entire genre of game from those two. That people are playing like on like their like poopy mobile devices just because they can.
yeah. What about
Overwatch
you?
has to be mentioned too. Like I don't play that, but like they pretty much created the format, if you know what I'm talking about. Like in terms of having a specific character where there's specific traits that doesn't necessarily identify it as the main play, because anyone can have it either say a different class or different weapons, depending on which game you're talking about. But I feel Overwatch pretty much made it standard, that type of format.
No, Overwatch was a good one. Yeah, they really did a lot for like with the hero abilities, and I feel like a lot of games copied that. But also like in terms of like the competitive scene, I feel like I don't know, there's a lot of relevance there too.
So I'll tell you, like the first game that came to mind for me, like it's not a game I really like. It's not even a game I really got into. But when I realized this came out within the last 10 years, I was like, all right, I got to acknowledge it. Minecraft. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how you have like any discussion about video game past 10 years. You got to talk about the game. Like it really just.
You know what? It's funny you mentioned that. Minecraft is that type of game that doesn't really get a lot of talk, active talk, if that makes sense. But
Anymore.
it does, like, but you can admit you at least sank some time into it.
Yeah.
For me personally, I played that game. It's funny I can't believe I didn't mention it once. Minecraft is almost like an X in a way. You see from time to time, you put a lot of time into it itself, but you sometimes have to explore something new. So that goes with Minecraft. I played Minecraft consistently for the last 6 years, put in, I think, cumulatively more hours than anything else.
Yeah.
It's crazy how good Minecraft is. That's such a good pick. I feel like there was a point like it was this year, last year, where like it made a comeback. Like I don't know, like I was on YouTube and I couldn't stop watching Minecraft videos. So I was like, what's going on?
But this is 2020, so anything can happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just become so much a part of like it's now the white noise of gaming. What else? I had Amnesia: The Dark Descent, a game I've never played in my life, but I only care about because like that is considered the beginning of the popularity of the Let's Play. And we know who a random Swedish dude is who called himself the sound of a laser being shot off because of this. Like, that's it. Because he decided to film himself playing this game.
PewDiePie.
Yeah. Also, like a lot of horror, like Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff like that, you know.
We're forgetting the most important, Pokemon Go.
I was also considering that, like Pokemon Go, like it.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot about that. Like, Pokemon Go is the type of game that I come back to here once in a while. Depends on the friend group. Most likely it's summer. Everyone's walking. But you know, we got. I would say the most anti-social era of our lives. So I don't know how Pokemon Go is doing for all of y'all.
I play it every day. I at least do the bare minimal every day.
I still remember that summer when it first hit, like going downtown near the Adler Planetarium. There had to be at least 100 people standing outside the planetarium trying to catch Lapras because we heard a rumor that if you were there by the lake, Lapras would appear, and we wanted a Lapras, and we wanted to make it happen. And there was what was it? Who's that guy who was in? I think Sammy Hagar had a concert next door to the planetarium, and the Lapras you had to actually go into the lake, not like more than ankle high, and we had to bargain with the security person. Be like, hey, can we just go? We're just trying to catch them on. We're just trying to catch them on. And people with batteries connected to their phone, just trying to get out there, hoping no one cracked their skull. That was great.
When you do think about it, Pokemon Go essentially created a new wave. Like, people were out more, power banks were on sale, cell phones were on sale. I mean, I would say this is the first time I ever seen people own more than one phone because of a game.
Yeah. I think for me, for most important games, I had a few. One, from this year, I have to mention it, Animal Crossing.
I would say New Leaf more than New Horizons, but yeah, no, both of them.
Yeah. And The Last of Us. Last of Us games, even though I never played them. I mean, for my personal, this is just my opinion, but I think the first Watch Dogs, and I mean, one other, but I think the other game that I would probably have mentioned is probably Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good. It feels like Grand Theft Auto is just one of those games that came out so long ago that you don't even really think of it as, oh, that came out this 10 years. And I think, like, I guess we count Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CSGO in that as well, because like that was 2012, but that, like, I feel like CSGO especially, like, just kind of spawned esports as a whole. Because like things like speedrunning sure existed in a more like niche, small group. You know, you had like smaller tournaments of people, but like I feel like definitely things like CS:GO made it a lot more mainstream, more than like fighting games.
Yeah, I agree. Like that, or like because I was gonna for a second say like League of Legends, but that was actually 2009, so it was like right after cutoff. But I think
Yeah.
you're right about CS:GO being more accessible because I think there's
Yeah.
a certain skill set you need for those.
Because I feel like looking at League of Legends, it's a lot harder to understand for someone who isn't like aware of it. But I feel like anyone can kind of watch CS:GO and get a general understanding because it's simple to understand by looking at it. You know, good guys, bad guys, everyone has guns. Bad guys try to plant bomb. It's really simple at a base level for someone who doesn't understand it to look in. And I feel like that benefits it more as an esport greater than things like say Overwatch, because if you don't understand Overwatch, you're like, why is this person shooting a laser? Why is this person flying? But you know, CS:GO is really simple. It's to the point. Anyone can watch it. I feel like that kind of brings it in the same tier as sports. Like soccer is something that's easy to understand. You're kicking a ball into a goal. You know, anyone can watch it and generally understand what's going on. And I feel like simplicity in that case is something that makes something really easily accessible as an esport. And I think that's something that because like CS:GO isn't simple by a long shot. It's incredibly complex to understand at a high level. But looking in at it from like a blind eye, it appears simple to understand, and you can get a baseline understanding very easily.
Um, yeah, I mean, I forgot that it came out in this 10 years. But I agree. Like, I think that probably did better, more for esports than any of the kind of lull stuff before it. Um, I also had Undertale.
I
Like,
was just thinking of Undertale.
I mean, man, like just trying to like to the way the fandom just kind of exploded around that game. And also one of the early Kickstarter success stories, like that and Pillars of Eternity, like Kickstarter as a platform to go to get your game made, and that these games are serious, not just oh man, like nothing against Itch.io games, but not just some Itch.io game that's cute and people play, but like serious things that get released on Steam stores and makes it to the major consoles. But mostly
Got
the
into
fans
Smash Bros.
got into Smash.
Oh,
He's so close. Let's see what else. I had Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah,
Like
no, actually. I don't think
that.
something that occurred, but yeah, no, that was also kind of just a big thing that made mobile games large. And I guess in that sense, we could count things like, I guess, Angry Birds. A lot of like
Yeah.
the really early mobile games that you can remember. So like stuff like Fruit Ninja, Jetpack Joyride, all those really old ones.
Oh yeah, Fruit Ninja for sure. Oh man. Cut the Rope. See, I got so someone I think we mentioned it earlier a little bit. The Walking Dead season 1. Like, ultimately the story. Like, you can argue whether or not like the decisions you made, like the impact they had, but it definitely was like a resurrection of that type of game that was thought like was done. Um, and it kind of like a star, it blew out and faded away because like Telltale no longer exists. So.
Yeah, they had Batman, Telltale, and they had Walking Dead.
So, I also had like Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect 3. For
Which,
some reason, I was thinking Andromeda.
oh no. I mean, nothing against it, but I think 3 really, not because it was necessarily the best game or worst game, but the response to 3 was a real, I think, touch point in sort of consumer relations for gamers. Where they like, I think there was just a line there, and we've seen the line kind of come and go. Like, I think we saw it again with Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, where they tried to insert the kind of loot system. We've seen it again with Cyberpunk, but I feel like of the like Mass Effect 3 was the first time like, nah, that ending, nah, that's trash, guys. It's pure trash. You need to do something about that.
This sounds weird, but I think like games like Goat Simulator, just like weird games that you could just screw around in and there's not really any point in it. I thought that maybe like, you know, it was just a fun game that you didn't have to like win or anything. You just went around and like, I think it was kind of like the grandfather of like things like the Goose Game, like just games where you just go around and cause trouble.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And like we've seen, like goats in that farming simulator, trucking simulators, just like doing stuff. I'm trying to see. I pulled up a list here and see other things that are.
Oh wait, I think I got one. I didn't finish it, but the Final Fantasy VII remake, that is, I believe, how many years has it been since they first introduced it? Was it like 7 years?
Oh my man!
Like when they
think
wanted to
so.
start the remake? Point
I'd
is, like, that it's a great game that came out this year that was, you know, finished.
I mean, it'd be hard for the 10 years. It's probably my game of the year. Like, it's one of my games of the year. Like, I really. But part of that was like they announced it. So it was announced in 2015. 5 years to come out. And I enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was really well done. And I kind of like the meta aspect of it. Which, wait, we're talking about meta. Did we get, was Kingdom Hearts 2? No, that was before 20,
I think
2010.
so.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, if we're talking about like series with super, like convoluted and complicated. No, 2005. 2005. So, all right. Sorry, Kingdom Hearts.
Love Kingdom Hearts.
15 years.
Yep.
Man. And you still need one of those cork boards to figure out the story of that game. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
I sure.
I bought the entire series on sale on PlayStation for $30. I played the first game, and I hate it so much. It's so clungy.
The second one's better.
I'm hoping. I'm sure it will get better, but it's just someone who I've never been introduced to the Kingdom Hearts series, but it's one of those games like I'm trying to complete a long live childhood dream, I guess, and it's difficult when you live in 2020 and you've seen greatness.
Like on that, like I guess to kind of like I don't know, broaden and narrow on this. We talk games decade. Like, does anybody else have any other like? I know one game I'm gonna hear for sure when I ask this question, but I ask like any other games of the year, like games for people personally here. Their games of the year. I'm gonna type in one right now that I know I'm about to hear about. Go ahead.
Games that came out this year.
Or let's get the obvious one out of the way, Hades.
There we go. All right. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I had to give it a bit of time to sink in. I had to get the comedic timing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw. There's a Hades Yule log.
God bless.
In 4K. Really? All right. So, yeah, I really need to play that game.
We game of the year, and you already know what my game of the year is. It's Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia.
Oh my goodness.
Obviously, it's actually like, you know, gaining steam and other people are playing it. It's still fun.
Yeah.
It's still a cool game. And, you know, spooky.
Now, does it have a lot of jump screens? Like, do you jump out of your seat?
I'm scared the entire time. I'm a baby. I get very scared. It depends. They have like 3 different modes. So depending, like the ghost can kill you. So the ghost does what they call hunting. So all of a sudden, like the lights will start flickering, like your flashlight will start flickering, and you have to like go hide in a closet or a room or something. Otherwise, if the ghost finds you, it'll kill you and you'll turn into a ghost. So, but it also like will randomly start turning on radios and turning off lights, depending. And it's all headset activated, so they tell you at the beginning what the name of the ghost is. So depending on how like gutsy you are, you can like just start spouting their name and like make them really mad. And they'll just like appear and like come at you. And they're pretty scary looking. So like they're not pretty looking ghosts. So, I mean, I think it's scary. I get scared. I can't do it by myself because I just get scared in the room because it'll be just like dark. It'll turn off the electricity and it'll be dark, you know. I think it's scary. But game of the year for me.
All right, Gus, what you got?
For game of the year?
Yeah.
I don't know. At this point, you know, I'm a big Nintendo fan. I love all systems, but I mean, I'm a big Nintendo fan. Nintendo has a spot in my heart, forever. So this year, I gotta say, for me, it's gotta be something like Nintendo related. So I gotta say, like maybe like Mario 3D All Stars or something like that, because it just brought me back. And those, like when I first heard it came out, like it was coming out, I shed a tear, man. I shed a tear. No, I didn't cry, but I wanted to cry because just to hear Mario Sunshine was coming out and Mario Odyssey, I just couldn't wait, man. That just has that's for me. That's kind of my top, I think, for this year. You get 3 in 1, And then maybe I'd say I might even give it up to like Doom Eternal. That one was really good. And then Ghost of Tsushima. Those 3, I'd say.
All right.
For me. But Phasmophobia, I definitely want to check out. I'm in the mood for a good scare. So.
What about you, Alan?
If we're talking about this year, it has to be The Last of Us Part 2. Beautiful game. I don't know why people give it so much hate. Personally, it hit every of my criteria. Let's see, survival, not necessarily zombies, infected, if you will. The beginning main scenario scene is a library. I don't know. It fit a lot of criteria for me, like and exceeded expectations for me personally. So I would say Last of Us.
Great to hear.
Wow.
Great to hear. I'm glad.
Somebody enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed. What about you, Connor?
All the ones that have come up, the ones that have come up this year that I have played. Watch Dogs Legion, I've had a great time with.
Okay.
And I think my runner-up would be Avengers.
Okay.
Really enjoying Avengers.
Square would be very happy to hear that because they need you to continue enjoying Avengers. Continue to play that game. They took about $1 billion loss on that game, so you play it. Like you see some DLC, go ahead and pick it up. Pick it up for some of your friends.
Ooh.
But oh man, what
Metal,
about you? What'd you say?
I was about. I was speaking a little out loud, but the Metal Gear series is on sale on Steam, so.
Okay.
Gotta get it.
What about you, Dimitri? What's your goat of the year, or at least game of the year? I shouldn't say goat.
I think I already mentioned it. I've been kind of falling behind with gaming this year, but
Destiny 2?
like, like I don't want to embarrass myself and say anything
No.
like that. So like if I'm gonna be like objective, I don't know. I'd probably say Last of Us 2, as much as like I didn't play it. Like I have an Xbox. I didn't play it, but I watched a lot of like the gameplays online. And the one I enjoyed was Last of Us 2. Don't get it wrong. Like it made me mad. Like it really did. But I think the game looked good. I think the story was okay. Like we can talk about the flaws if we want, but I think if we're talking about like game of the year, like I don't know, we don't include that. If we're talking about my funnest game, I'd say something crazy like 2K or something, but yeah.
NBA 2K.
Yeah, I know. I started it. I don't know. Every year they get me, which is unfortunate because every year I waste $60. So, and it's like basically the same game, but I don't know. It's just fun to play with friends. I'm big on that. Like I just like playing with like buddies of mine. I think that's why I like games like 2K and Destiny. So, yeah.
2K are the WWE's, and at least they came out with something this year with Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about broken games earlier, and that last WWE game, oof. I mean, they just kind of put it out there. It only sort of works.
I didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
Was it just buggy?
Oh yeah, it was just buggy as I'll get out. The textures. I mean, it really is a lot like. I mean, I hate to just keep ragging on Cyberpunk, but it was a lot like Cyberpunk. Like, I don't think there were any save errors, but definitely like it did not look good. Like it didn't take advantage of the textures. There wasn't like any kind of good fidelity. Like the gameplay was jagged. They're just shoveling it out to get a game. It was so bad. We did not get a WWE game this year. We got Battlegrounds.
We got Battlegrounds.
Right, we got Battlegrounds, but we didn't get a 2K game. We didn't get a like traditional 2K.
21.
Yeah, they just skipped the year.
Go back to the drawing board on 2K22.
Yeah, and like I said, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like it was better than it had any right to be. Better than it had any right to be. And the Immortal Barrett, always and forever. I hated him in the original game. Never used him. And in this game, he was my favorite person. So,
how do you feel about Zephyros's invitation to Smash?
He didn't get an invitation. He invited himself.
So I'm gonna spoil.
Coming by.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to spoil a 20-plus-year-old game.
No.
But I tell you, there's a moment in Final Fantasy VII where Sephiroth does some business, and after he finished that business, after he took the character in my party I had invested the most in, I had made sure got the best armor. Well, I made sure because I wanted my healer to be good. When he did his business to my healer, I said, all right, dude, wherever you go, I'm going to be right there. I bought some terrible games because Sephiroth is in it. Like, I've been like, all right, I guess I got my Air Guys. That was Square's attempt at making a fighter. Did I buy it? Yes, I did, because I heard he was in the game. Where he goes, I go. Why did I buy Kingdom Hearts? I heard a rumor that Sephiroth was somewhere in that game. Where he goes, I go. And so, I was already in Smash. And you know what? Little Mac got something for him. I promise you. Little Mac had something for him. Even though that sword is about the size of the stage, and I don't know how Little Mac's going to avoid it. He's got something for him. We're going to do it in the Art of Fighting stage. It's going to be great. No place
Just
for him to
counter it
fall.
easy.
Yep, I'm doing. I can't fall. If I can't fall, I can't die. And he tried to do my man Mario in, and like I can't have that. I can't. You know.
Yeah, we can't. You gotta leave old Mario out of it.
I don't know why Nintendo was trying to kill Mario and Luigi this year. I don't know what was up with that. That was unnecessary.
They're like, we need a new mascot. Kill them all.
See, this is what happens when you put a guy with the last name of Bowser in charge. I don't even know how he got vetted. How did he not? What's going on? They should have looked at his resume. Doug Bowser, and we're done. The final thing I want to recommend to everybody. Sunday in the New Yorker, there was a Q&A with Miyamoto, and it was the most precious thing ever.
Nice.
Like they were talking to him about what it's like for him as a boss, how he feels about the company. Like one of my favorite things they mentioned there, they ask him, like the guy says, you know, when I was going to school, there was always at least one kid who said their dad or their uncle worked at Nintendo. But you, in fact, worked at Nintendo, and you have kids, and these kids now have kids. What was it like for your kids growing up? And it's like the kids really didn't care. Like they were just like, yeah, my dad has a job. And like people would come over, their friends with theirs, be like, oh wait, you're Shigeru Miyamoto, and he'd be like, yeah. But he also mentioned all the game systems were his. Like they didn't have any, and they would play them, but like they knew because they were for dad's work. If they acted up or they did something, dad just be like, nope, those are mine. But yeah, cool stuff like that. It's worth checking out.
Before we go, I wanted to ask one last question.
All right.
Actually, before we go, and Dimitri tries to find that glitch in Cyberpunk. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know, he's gonna hunt for that. I wanted to ask.
I'm looking forward to playing Cyberpunk now. Really looking forward to it.
Predictions for this year. All right, I'm gonna say it first here. This is my prediction for the year 2021. I'm gonna say they're gonna come out with a Switch Pro. I'm gonna give you a date. I'm gonna give you a date. That's how much I'm gonna like get into it now. I'm gonna say right now, March 19th, 2021. That's my guess. It's a Friday. And I think it's gonna be for $349. I'm gonna say $350.
That's pretty bold.
Do you have an uncle working at Nintendo?
I got
that's a
bold statement.
These are some very bold statements.
Yeah, bold statement.
like hyper specific.
I've
Like
been thinking
7
about this.
a.m.
Yeah, write it down. 7 a.m. No, I think they're going to come out with one this year. I'm going to say March. That's my guess.
All right.
$349. It can be $349, $449. Doesn't matter. I'm going to buy it. So that's my big prediction of the year.
Okay. Anyone else? Chris, do you have anything?
No. It's just. Nah, I don't have anything.
All right.
Dimitri,
Apparently.
you got anything, or are you still looking for that glitch?
No, I'm Google searching the glitch right now. I got
Ah!
it. Hopefully they don't patch it. No. No. No, I'm just joking. No, a buddy of mine just texted me right now saying I missed out on another 30 series drop. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm trying to buy this graphics card. Like all my PC parts are collecting dust because I literally cannot get a hold of this graphics card, and apparently I just missed out on another drop. So it's whatever.
Sorry, we will make it happen. I feel like there are heroes out there who can assist us. Heroes who can buzz by and maybe be of assistance. So
I know. I gotta talk to Buzz. I gotta see what's up. But.
Yeah, but if Buzz is watching this, we got to figure out how you made that bot. So
I
we
know.
get a bot going here.
Jeez.
So,
predictions for 2021.
Mhm.
We're going to get a new WWE 2K game. And I'm guessing Halo Infinite's coming out. Since they said late in the year, I'm guessing October or November. Maybe early December.
If I had to predict anything, I think we're gonna have at least a dozen delays before May. I think a bunch of games that they were gonna announce, they're gonna delay, and I don't think we're out of this quite yet for that in terms of getting games delayed.
Yeah, I got a feeling what happened with Cyberpunk is probably going to play a big part of that.
All right.
All right.
All right. It was good talking to everybody.
Yeah, we gotta head
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Happy
everyone.
holidays.
Yeah.
All right, take care. Be safe.
All right,
Yeah.
guys.
Have a good holiday. We'll see you guys
Happy holidays.
in the new year. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we will.
Mhm.
2
Yes.
weeks.
See you guys.
2021.
See you guys.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye,
I'm not
everybody.
ready for New Year. Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.